Are you guys ready for a Goofy movie?
A Goofy movie?
I sure am.
Yes,
They had no idea. This was great, and I really wish I recorded your reaction right when I was setting it up. I'm like, gosh darn it. But Mom and Kim were thinking this was literally a Goofy movie. What does literally mean? Like a silly movie?
You said, we're going to watch a Goofy movie. I'm like, okay, we'll watch a Goofy movie.
Yeah, and then they heard that it was on Disney Plus, and then they're like, wait, like Goofy? Is it actually Goofy from Disney? And I'm like, maybe. So this has been highly requested for a while, and I love this movie. I saw this as a kid. Yeah, that's all I want to say. I don't want to go on a rant or anything. So I think we should just get into this and see what it's about.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay, I'm sure it's very goofy.
Yes,
Let's go
while
Goofy.
my kitty cat chews on random things over there. Maui, no. Sorry, Maui. He's obsessive right now. But anywho, shall we?
Yes.
And Mom's electricity has been out, so she's here again. Woohoo!
Yay.
We make things work.
I miss you.
Yeah, and eventually, love you, Kimmy. And eventually we will be together on the couch,
Yeah,
but this was
Musketeers.
a last minute thing. And even though I'm talking loud, Ryan's sleeping right next door because he's working nights, and having the three of us together anyways would have been a lot, might really wake him up. That, and I didn't have the right equipment for 3 audio connectors, so. But we may do, so this is nice.
Yes,
That's
you did.
right, we did, yeah.
A Goofy movie.
Dad! Oops. I forgot. Morning, son. I could drive in on my way to work.
I'm just gonna vacuum it all up.
There, I would. Came.
Oh my God.
It's cheap.
And now, without further ado, Principal Mazer.
Perfect job for him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
Only in cartoons.
You lucky woman.
It's the Leaning Tower of Cheesa.
It is good stuff, but
Roxanne, I was sort of kind of thinking that maybe
I'd love to.
yeah.
aw.
Terrific.
Oh, God. Whoa.
I'd seriously reevaluate the way you're raising your child before he ends up in the electric chair.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
my God.
Oh, drafted.
Okay, precious, give me a big smile.
Cute.
It's a vacation with me and my best buddy, with you. Just like I did at your age. Why, when I was your age, I'd never even been invited to a party. Look at me now.
His underwear showing.
Why mailbox?
Oh, boy, I'm going to say, God.
Bye, Fence.
Yeah, oh my God.
Disaster.
Go on.
My dad's taking me to the Powerline concert in LA.
Your dad's taking you clear across the country just to see a concert?
Wave to you on stage when we join Powerline for the final number.
This is
Are
incredible.
you serious?
I wouldn't miss our date for anything that wasn't incredible, Roxanne.
Here's Maxie.
Oh, he's recording while he's
Oh,
driving.
God, yes.
Different times, right?
Yes.
That's what you want.
Watch. Oh, boy.
This could be a long road trip.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That's gonna... Oh, my God. He's trying.
He's terrible.
Oh, my God. Whoa. Oh, my God. Let me through.
That's me.
Whoa, good job.
There's Mom.
Grammy.
That's Mom.
Grammy. whammy. Yeah.
Oh God! Look at the kind of truck and the
Oh
cement.
my God! Look at him.
He's not even looking.
My God, he's not gonna.
It's scary.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Poor thing.
I don't blame her.
I don't either.
My life's a living.
Hello, little buddy.
Oh.
Here you go, sport.
Oh my God, awesome hat.
This poor girl's still crying.
Oh my gosh.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's cheating. Oh, a steak? Oh, God. Oh,
You
boy.
get a huge fish with that.
That's right. Oh, boy.
It's Bigfoot!
Back up a bit, Mr. Foot.
Mr. Foot.
Hurry up!
He's doing the window to take off. He still keeps it on. If I should start
Don't tell me you don't remember Hi Dad Sue. You used to spell things out using the letters like,
I pledge allegiance.
or I love you.
Aw.
It's like his thumb.
We're going in order tonight.
Aw.
Aw, that's sweet.
That's good, yeah.
It's like a wink.
It's snoring about that.
Is he really gonna do that?
How many cups of sugar does it take to get to the moon?
3.5.
Official navigator of this here road trip.
I got Elvis there too.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Oh my God. Whoa, God. Whoa.
Oh.
Oh boy, are you sick? Yeah,
Oh.
you're sick.
Oof.
Oh boy. Oh.
Carl's butt.
Girl's butt.
Oh, check out the bed.
Oh my goodness.
Fish.
Waterbed. With fish. Oh my God.
You're always putting too much water in these things.
I would say you.
Heard the little mutant telling PJ that he changed the
Mutant.
map, so you're heading straight to LA, pal. He's just a bad kid, that's all.
It's so bad.
Route 66, which way?
Mm.
Left or right?
Oh, we went south.
Oh. Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Oh
It's
God.
going downhill too. Oh God, they're gonna be able to catch it. Oh, stop arguing, stop arguing.
Ruined everything.
Oh, did he really say that?
Whoa.
I want to watch to see where you're going. You know?
Whoa, be
Yeah.
careful.
A waterfall.
Wonderful. Oh no, naturally.
Perfect cast.
This has been one crazy vacation.
And it's not over yet.
They lost everything.
Yeah.
Besides their lives.
Oh, jeez.
They actually
Still works.
Nope, everything's gonna fall apart now.
Hi. Remember me?
Oh,
Is Dad looking?
Oh, we have to laugh.
Yes, it is.
I think he lost his legs.
I'd like you to meet my dad.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Powerline. Du, du, du. That song is so catchy, isn't it?
It is.
Powerline reminded me a little bit of Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Oh,
Right?
yes, yeah.
Yep.
I thought it was fun. So what did you guys think?
That was good. It was very good.
It was very silly.
It was silly.
It was
That
a lot.
good.
It was a lot
good.
more serious than I thought. Actually,
Yeah.
You know, there was a lot of silly moments, but it was actually, very sad to see what they had to go through.
Oh,
But it was
sure.
great to see in the end that they really did. They showed their love and affection.
right.
It was okay to
Definitely.
show your love and
Yes, it is.
affection.
Mm-hmm. And you liked it too, Mom?
Oh, I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yes, anything to do with family at the end,
Yeah, I think that's important. Honestly, thinking of you guys, because I saw this when I was a kid. Now, when I hear Goofy, not knowing, not even thinking of the Goofy movie, I think of those short cartoons, like those really old cartoons with Goofy on his own or with Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and they were very short. And
Yeah,
the
and he was
storyline
like the
was very
sidekick.
basic, yeah.
Yes, it
And
was basic,
he was
yeah.
always very silly, and calamity would always happen around him.
Oh,
but
yeah.
in this one, we had a solid story.
It was good, yeah.
You guys never heard that he had a son, right? The cartoon character, of course.
I think
know, but
I knew he had a son. I knew he had Max.
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
somehow, yeah.
they had a cartoon called
saw any of
Goof
them.
Troop. I don't remember if it came out after this or before. I think it came out before this. And that was big for a while in the 90s. So maybe you guys, because Tom and I used to watch that,
Yeah, I probably
maybe
saw
you
it.
guys saw parts of it and just knew of
Yeah,
Max
'cause I
that
did watch
way.
it, yeah.
Maybe in Disney
Maybe
World
through
they showed
Kara.
Max. Maybe through Kara.
Yeah, I don't think I.
Your daughter, yeah. But for Goofy to have a son and to make it realistic where he's going through normal problems and he's a teenager, he's rebelling, he has very different interests from his father. I found it quite sad, which I know a lot of people can relate to it, especially at that age, that he was so embarrassed by his father. Like anything he did. I mean, Goofy was
his father
even
was
more.
so positive, and
Yes,
he,
it was,
and he just rejected it because he didn't want to be in the beginning. He didn't want to be like his dad. He didn't even want his laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that made me more sad because even
Yes.
his person he was embarrassed by. Like,
Yes, yeah.
what made him who he was. Like, he did not like that, down to the laugh. So,
Yeah.
for the story to be embarrassed, to come into your own and realize, like, self-discovery, that you have to own who you are. You have to love who you are and just accept it and, and it's okay. And I like how Roxanne, too, really liked that about him.
Yeah, I did.
Yes, that was one of
The
his
original Max.
features that she really did love
Yes.
about him.
Yeah, the
Or
natural
liked
Max.
about him.
So that was really nice. And I mean, it wasn't good that Max lied, but I guess like in a panic, you found the girl of your dreams, you were able to go on a date, or you asked her out and you
Anything
want
to
to,
impress her.
yeah, and you just kind of spew out information because you're panicking. And I'm like, oh, what a bad lie. And trying to write on that postcard, just going along with the lie again. I'm like, I'm glad he didn't actually send that out. He was just writing it at that moment to let out his feelings, but I was just like, don't keep the lie going. I mean, he ended up seeing Powerline, which was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how
And
lucky
Goofy
was that?
really went for it. I mean, they
Yeah.
they smuggled themselves in there.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I couldn't remember the ending after Powerline, if Max actually told her the truth or not, and I'm really happy he did, because I started thinking, oh, maybe he doesn't tell her the truth, and she's like just so happy that he was on stage with him and just accepts the lie, because I remember the ending kind of wrapping up fast.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he was honest
Me too. Yeah,
and
definitely.
told her the
I
truth,
am
and she was
too.
still
Yeah.
okay with that.
Should be.
You know who I felt bad for was PJ.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Pete really, I mean, yes, he was a single dad taking care of PJ too, just like Goof is with his son, but he wasn't really fatherly to him, and he really just made him do chores, and after all the things that he had, all the luxuries, he really didn't have a good bond with his son. He
No.
gave all his
Definitely not.
luxuries,
No.
but no true love bond, you know, no bonding.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
So
know,
I
it
felt
was
bad for him.
crazy too when they were in the hot tub, and Pete, he didn't like Goofy saying, I tried everything you told me and nothing worked until I did it
Yes.
my way, and he didn't like that. So when he said, well, he's duping ya, you know, your kid is a screw up, or whatever he said, like, that's messed up to say it.
Yeah.
And then Goofy said, well, at least my son loves me, or he said something along those lines.
Yes.
That was kind of a dig at Pete, to be like,
Yeah.
well, you know, you're controlling him too much, where
No,
of
no,
course
true.
PJ loves him, but he's really sad around him because
Right, he
it's all
calls him
negative.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
You
sir.
know?
And then he's just like, every time he makes fun of him, like he just orders him around all the time and mocks him, and he's just sad around
Oh,
him.
sure.
So that's saying a lot too, that he doesn't have a buddy-buddy relationship, which I think is important to have. So I really love how they came full circle, Goofy and Max, and
so much,
Max
too.
was actually a lot more stubborn than I remember. Like, he was very mean to Goofy.
He was terrible
Well,
at the
terrible,
possum
yes,
place.
definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. Like, you get really selfish with your own life, and, you know, your hormones are going crazy. You have
Yeah,
a girl
you
that
don't want to do
dreams.
baby stuff. But
You're now cool. Like, you did something awesome on stage, and it went pretty well, and everyone loves you now and thinks you're awesome, and now you're getting ripped away from this life to go with your father that you're embarrassed by. So just in his state, he was just so angry at the whole thing, and it was just getting worse and worse. Because once you already are doing something you hate, like, it just gets worse. You just find more negative stuff, and it just builds up to you pop, you know?
yeah,
So seeing
he
him
was
get
very
that
hurtful
angry.
to his dad.
Yeah, and Goofy, I mean, he is so the opposite in trying to work with his son. Like, he is very easygoing. And,
I
good,
know.
yeah,
And he,
it's like-
and right up to which way to go, which way are you going to take me on Route 66?
yeah.
When he decided to go left, Goofy was really upset with him. He was
Seeing him
really
that angry, I was
upset.
like, that's Goofy getting
I've
angry.
never
That's
seen him get
terrifying.
that.
Yeah, he never
Yeah.
gets angry.
That's
But it was
okay.
great that they worked it
Yeah.
out. I like the idea of this, too, seeing Goofy in a more serious role.
Yeah,
Like,
me too.
I do
taking his
too.
kid
That was good.
on a trip to Bond. He was
That's
so
right.
worried about jail. Like, he really cared for his son a lot.
Yeah, you know, and the
sure,
principal
yes.
was over the top too much.
Oh, I know,
Saying
so
that to
overly
him.
dramatic.
I know.
That's one fun
Oh
thing,
my
though,
God.
where I like how over-exaggerated everything is, like even more with Goofy, because he does all these crazy things. The car exploding at the end, him flying high, and all these impossible, super
Yeah.
cartoony things happening. And it does have a serious tone to it as well, where like them going over the waterfall, and then the fishing line. He has to do the perfect
right.
cast to catch his father, and that was scary because you're like, Goofy can't die, but you know, so they mix the drama and the humor and that
That's good.
very cartoony part of
Yes,
it really
and they're-
well.
Yeah, they're snapping at each other, going down
That's right.
to the river.
Because I kept saying,
I
"No
know, like
arguing."
over time, wouldn't you be
Yeah,
like,
right,
get off
yeah.
that freaking car, go on the shore? But that's the point. And I love the songs. I don't know about you guys, but I really enjoyed it. The first two are my favorite, and then Powerline at the end. That one's a lot of fun. The music is great, and you have like the cooler, almost MTV type music, and then you have like the old folks or not old folks, but like the old school music. That's kind of hokey.
And I loved, you know, Saturday Night Fever with Bigfoot. That was hilarious.
That was really fun.
That was really fun. Yeah,
I really like Bigfoot.
Bigfoot was hilarious. Just I love that part. Humor was great.
Yeah.
Animation's good. I could tell it was dated, but it was still a lot of fun. This brings back a lot of good memories because, again, I saw this when I was a kid. Tom and I watched it a couple times, and we just loved it. So I think you
Yeah.
guys really
Yeah, it was good. It was
enjoyed
fun,
it as
yeah.
well.
I did too.
I
yeah.
did too. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I loved the Bigfoot. I loved that whole
Oh,
camping
that was-
scene.
yes, me too.
You know,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
loved
Yeah.
when Goofy was trying to, you know, take care of the camp, and then when Pete just drives over his whole
Oh, I know.
site and just I'm here,
Mhm.
fooling everything.
I'll say.
And that's not camping. That's glamping.
Yeah, I know, yeah. And I know Pete and his RV and like how over the top, like, oh yeah,
yes,
we're in
it is,
nature
yeah.
for sure. And just how much money he has, and he's just so shallow. And
Yeah.
but my favorite was Powerline at the end when they're all together dancing, and Powerline's just so accepting of them being on stage, and he's doing the perfect cast, and he's like, this is cool. Like everything just works out just fine.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
security.
He
taking
comes
him
in and
off.
takes him off. Like it's just perfect. So it's fun how that worked out. And one fun thing with Disney characters, especially the classic characters, did you notice that they're always wearing gloves? And they kept that true all the way through. Did you notice that?
Yes.
Hot tub,
That.
showers, or whatever.
yes,
Like
yeah.
anytime that you think that, oh, this time they'll take off their gloves when they're sleeping, they always have the gloves on.
Yeah.
You have your boxers on and you have your gloves on.
That's true. I also liked going back to the possum place. I liked how they did the jamboree.
Oh, yeah.
And the MC guy is actually, that voice I think is in the jamboree. I think it's the same voice.
Oh, yeah?
Wow.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. It
You're
sounds
pretty
like
good with voices,
Yeah,
though,
she
so.
is. She's very
And please
either
let us know,
that
guys.
Or, from one of the cartoons, we know that voice.
Oh, wow.
There are a few voices in here that I recognize, so I'm going to look that up and see. But, I mean, Pete and Goofy, they all sound like the original. I know they probably have different voice actors for them, not the classics, of course, but they were pretty close to it and impressive. Again, I used to watch Goof Troop, so I know that one. And it's the same concept where you have Max, you have PJ, Pete, and their neighbors, and mayhem ensues, or you know, it's kind of like Home Improvement, I would think, or what,
okay.
like what would you think with Neighbors? Overall, great movie, guys. We have to cut this short just because we have to get Mom home to see Dad. But thank you so much for
you're
coming
welcome.
over.
Thank you for
I hope
coming
your
out.
power's back on. You're
That's
very
right.
welcome.
Yeah, I hope my electricity's back on too.
I know Mom loses electricity all the time. She's out in the woods, and the wind blows wrong. Even if it's not strong, it goes out. So poor
Be
thing.
careful of Bigfoot, Mom.
Yeah, I have to watch that one.
No Bigfoot, yes. We're not going to take any side trips today. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe. Please check out our links below if you want to see full reactions. And we'll see you very soon, as always. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Eye to eye. Eye to